Hey everybody, I'm gonna give everybody a few seconds to get on in here. Whew, it's a whole lot going on out here today. We've got all types of stories from the media, not just the celebrities who don't know how to act. So we're gonna get into some things. My condolences to the families that were affected by the situation that happened down in Georgia at the school. And to everybody who follows me in social media, you already know about the noise that's going on in my background. To everybody who doesn't follow me in my social media, they have been working on the street, repaving the roads since 7 a.m. And that noise that you hear is them still working on the roads. Hey, Ivory, honey, how are you? Hey, pretty girl Lee. Y'all, I thought I would be able to take a nap. Not at all. Hey, Wanda S. Hey, Cashmere. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Yashika. Y'all, I can't wait for them to finish working on the street. I promise you. So we need to talk ASAP. LOL. Baby. Whoo. If you are a Biden and Harris supporter, you might as well just go ahead and click off because I got some things to say. And seriously, they need to be held accountable because what they unleashed on this country, what's happening right now that they're trying to keep quiet, that they're being so hush hush about, should be considered a crime against humanity. They should be held accountable for every single American citizen that is being violated, having their property vandalized, people that are being injured and unalived right now because of this street gang. No, correction, let me take that back. This prison gang that they allowed to come into the country. Whose job was it to check everybody's documents to make sure that these were working class citizens coming into the country? How in the world did they let this happen? Hey, Isaiah. Hey, Chardell. Hey, Glory Love. Okay, tapping in from Ohio. Said Angel, I'm over Cardi and her mess. Her and this spiral about to be light skinned. Now she want to argue with Millie. Honey, she need to relax and just focus on having that baby. Hey, Vibrant One. That baby will be here any moment soon. That's too much stress on that baby. Yeah, that's not the only thing. They took over two buildings in that area, Kashmir. Also, there was an incident in Chicago where the same prison gang tried to take over a building and some of their members were unalive. It didn't go down the way they thought it would in Chicago. Also, they've taken over buildings in New York. Hey, Zayon. Said what criminals came into the country? I'm out the loop. So there's a San Salvadorian prison gang that came into this country with the Mexican migrants. Actually, it was more San Salvadorians that came in the country instead of Mexican people. Okay? The San Salvadorian prison gang, Okay? Prison gang. I got to keep reiterating that. San Salvador took their prisoners, put them on a bus when they released them into Mexico. From Mexico, they got on the bus with the Mexican people coming into America. And they are literally wreaking havoc and migrating throughout the United States right now. So they broke into all types of gun shops in Denver, wiped out the gun shops, armed themselves, took over two, not one, but two apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. There was a demon, okay, that migrated from Colorado to Indiana and knifed a 14-year-old girl up at a pee-wee football game in front of her family until her father had to hawk him down and catch him. This man was already deported out of the country. Okay? He came back in with the Mexican migrants. He has been rearrested. He's not even supposed to be in this country. Whose job was it to vet these people, to make sure that these were the working class, safe people that you are allowing to migrate in the country? I want all of you who are talking about voting for Kamala to make sure when you go to these events, when she comes out, question her about what is it that she's going to do to clean up this spill on aisle 6, because she spearheaded this. Okay? They gave these people $20,000 in cash and $20,000 in food stamps, and they're also offering a credit of $150,000 down payment assistance to buy homes without even being naturalized. But in the meantime, they are not only in the cities that were designated for them, they are getting on trains and buses and migrating out of those cities across the United States and expanding their territory. Now, has anybody capped who all is coming in the country? Have they closed the border? Have they stopped busing people in? That's the question. Hey Kiki, hey Mystic, hey Tia Player, Cass, I seen you in here too. Hey DeMarcus Mom, said El Chapo people used to pay Border Patrol to let certain people in. Here's the thing. El Chapo people let people, did whatever they did to let people in to allegedly transport back and forth. They were not taking over school buses with children, okay? These people literally took over a school bus with the children on the school bus. What were they going to do with these babies? They are extremely violent, okay? We've had MS-13 here for decades, and they have not done half of what this gang is already doing in the first few weeks that they've been in this country. And the difference between the whole El Chapo thing and the Border Patrol that looked the other way, the higher ups weren't a part of that. Our own president and vice president allowed this. This is why I just said they need to be called out. This is a crime against humanity. They are trying to bury this in the press and pretend like it's not happening. It is happening. The locals are speaking out all across TikTok. The owner of one of the apartment complexes contacted local police. They said there's nothing they could do about it. It's a landlord tenant civil issue, even though people were violently thrown out of their apartments. Okay? They contacted local government all the way up to the FBI. Everybody that they contacted said it's not their job, there's nothing they could do about it. Guess who answered the call, y'all? If you saw my reading, then you already know. The Hells Angels are riding in to Colorado and have been over the last 2 days so that they can run this prison gang out of this area. Ask yourself, where's the National Guards? Where is the Army? Where are the Marines to back up the police? Why haven't the authorities that brought these people into this country being held responsible for this? Why isn't the White House bringing in the military to clean this up, being that they brought these people into the country? Why are they snowballing people trying to pretend like this isn't happening and it is? Said, I'm from Colorado, so I was like, not surprised. Colorado has gone to shit for now. It's worse than NYC. Wow, that's a mouthful. And speaking of NYC, I haven't confirmed this, but I've had people in NYC tell me that the military has moved into some hotels in NYC because the street gangs are doing the exact same thing in NYC, taking over apartment complexes, taking people's money, vandalizing everything. So who do we hold accountable for this? Said when the incident happened in Chicago, people were calling it lies and propaganda. Right, right. But see, the difference with Chicago is, baby, them BDs is already on their head. They told them, this ain't Colorado. Y'all better keep it neutral here, because if you get loose, we got sticks. That's exactly what they told them. And they proved it already, because 35 of them ran up in an apartment building trying to do the same thing that was done in Colorado, and a couple of them got rockabye, sent straight to the lower room, not the upper room. So think about what I told y'all in the last live about what happens when the stipends start getting a little thin and people start going Christmas shopping. What's going to happen? Says Texas had to send them back to NYC because they were not dealing with that. Well, here's the thing. They should have never been brought into the country the way they were brought into the country. If you had extra money, $40,000 worth of extra money per person to bring into the country, why didn't you help the poor that was already in this country? Why didn't you put together housing programs for the camps of people that are homeless here in this country? Fix our problems first. Why are we looking at the Hells Angels coming in to do what the government should have done to keep the people safe? This is a mess, y'all. This is a whole mess. And for all those people that want to vote for Kamala because y'all think she black, tell her black ass to do something for you other than clean greens in her bathtub. Tell her to quit trying to code switch and switch her accent every time she gets in what she thinks is a black space using black sense. But when you get on an interview and they ask you if you're black, you can't even answer the question. Now, what's going to happen when this really, really, really gets to the point that they can't ignore it anymore? Think about the fact that that man who owns that apartment complex is calling all the way up to the FBI, and every single department that he calls is saying, "Oh, sorry, nothing I can do. I can't help you. That's out of my jurisdiction. That sounds civil." And we're talking about a prison gang, okay? Prison gang. Hold on, let me pull this up so I can tell y'all the name of this gang, because I want to make sure I say it right. It's just it's a fool. It's a shame. It's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, even for the Mexican people that were born in this country, this is a slap in your face too. Because had the street not identified who the actual problem was, this would have been blamed on the Mexican people. And it's not even the Mexican people, it's the San Salvadorian people that were let into this country that were not properly vetted. Hold on, I want to cut my phone out because I want to make sure I don't play nothing out loud that can get me flagged. I'm gonna take a screenshot because I want to show y'all. Okay, so the name of the street gang is the Tren de Agua. Tren de Agua. Okay? So that's who they let into the country. Literally got off of prison buses, released into Mexico, got right on the same buses that were meant for the Mexican people that they let into the country. Says she will be the next president, so we gotta hold her accountable. I don't think she's gonna become the next president, but we need to hold her accountable now. It's no sense in waiting. It's no sense in waiting. She's in the White House right now. Ain't no sense in waiting. This is her current job right now. She spearheaded this, allowing these people to come into our country and did not properly vet anyone. Let's hold our feet to the fire right now. Say, hey, Angel, someone blocked my other page. Can I get unblocked? I'm a subscriber. Sweetheart, right now is not the time for that. And some of y'all keep getting blocked because of certain things that you're saying according to YouTube. If YouTube blocks you, I cannot unblock you. So you have to be mindful of what you say in the comments. If you curse, whatever you say, spell it creatively. Make sure that what you say is meeting the guidelines of YouTube. And actually, I'm actually glad you said that, because I had a person that came on my Instagram, and I blocked you from my Instagram because we had a private conversation in the DM about everything that I just said about YouTube blocking this person from my page due to their comments. Thought we had an understanding, was very respectful, and this person had the audacity to come back on my public page after we talked on the DM and thought they was going to try me about not being able to comment on my page after I've already spoken to you multiple times. Went and looked it up and found out that YouTube blocked you, and you going to try me and say it again publicly. I'm tired of people playing with me thinking because I laugh and I smile all the time that I'm a punk. Ain't no bitch in me. Be respectful, because the ones that are not respectful, you're not getting unblocked. I didn't say it was you, Tulip. I'm just putting this out here. You're not getting unblocked. If you get blocked by YouTube and we have a private conversation and you try me again publicly, I'm personally going to block you from everything. Now, if YouTube blocks you and you get to make a new page and come on here, by all means, come on here. But be mindful that this is YouTube's platform and they're allowing me to use it, and they have their rules and regulations. If you say something that breaks their rules and regulations, I am not responsible for YouTube stopping you from commenting. You said station head. Thank you for reminding me, Chardell. All righty, here we go. Hey, station head. So let's get you caught up over here on Station Head. So I've already started the conversation with speaking on the crisis with the Venezuelan street gangs that have come into America via the migration through Mexico to America that we have recently had. They have taken over multiple apartment buildings in multiple cities, okay? It's not just Aurora, Colorado. It is multiple cities. They have received a warning from the BDs in Chicago to keep it neutral. As long as they keep it cute in Chicago, nobody's going to have a problem. They put that out there as a warning today through social media. 35 of the Venezuelan prison gang members, let me correct that. The prison gang members tried to also take over an apartment building in Chicago. Some of them got sent to go meet their ancestors. This is also happening in New York as we speak. There was also someone who was deported from the country who came in, ended up in Colorado, took, I think they said took a train to Indiana. Either way, however he got to Indiana, He ended up at a like a pee wee football game, pee wee football league game, and knifed a 14-year-old girl in front of everyone, her family and everyone who was watching the game. Um, Her father had to chase the man down and attack him, and he's in custody. And this is how they found out that he had already been deported from the country, and he has been a extreme violent offender. So this is how we have started the conversation today. Hey, Daniel Diaz, sweetie, how are you? Hey, Alicia. Hey, Justice for Us. So yeah, the conversation is for everyone that's saying they're going to vote for Kamala. When are you going to hold Kamala accountable for allowing this to happen? If she's going to be the leader of the new world, if you're going to vote for her, when are you going to hold her feet to the fire and ask her the hard hitting questions? Like, when is the military going to come out and get these people out of these areas so that everyone can be safe? Because this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. It's going to get way worse from here. Says she doesn't even have any policies. Well, she started to talk about some things, but she's not talking about this. This is the biggest thing that she needs to talk about, because she had a hand in this. And see, she made sure she locked up everybody she could that was black and brown. So as a prosecutor, to have your hand in something like this, as an attorney general, to have your hand in something like this is diabolical. Every interview she has, she needs to be accosted about this. I don't care what the questions are. She should not make it out of an interview without answering to this issue, because a lot of people are going to get hurt, and this is only going to get worse. Said, I'm hearing Colorado and Chicago have been affected. New York as well, and people are leaving those states, and they're migrating out throughout the United States, which means they're going to be setting up shop in other places. Well, Daniel, I don't think she was worried about increasing our pay, because I find it very interesting that she lied, bald head ass lied, when she said that she's going to come in and make it available for the American public to get a $25,000 down payment assistance to purchase homes. For those of you who don't know, that's already a program. It's been a program for the last 2 years. All you have to do is check with your local banks to see which banks offer the program. Now, if you're here in my city, because I'm in Detroit, Citizens Bank is one of the partners here that's been offering that program for the last 2 years. That's already a thing. So how are you going to offer us something that's already been offered? It's already a thing. But you're offering people that haven't even been naturalized and put into the system $150,000 down payment assistance to purchase a home. You could have broke that up and gave money to people who are disenfranchised to have a home. You could have took that $150,000 and put that in the tiny home complexes and got the homeless off the street before you did that. You said more women need to speak like this? Baby, I don't speak in gender. I speak in facts. I don't speak in emotion. That's that. Hey, stick around. You'll find out. Let's hold her accountable. See, everybody got so excited because she brought people out to come and twerk and talked about cleaning greens in the bathtub and putting bacon in her greens. But then when it comes to something like this, y'all allow her to just skate on by and not say nothing. She's the one who spearheaded this. Don't nobody care about your damn bathtub ass greens. Nobody black washes their damn greens in the bathtub, Kamala. Why don't you tell us about who you really are? Why don't you tell us about why you chose to help bring undocumented people in the country without identifying them in the country where you picked them up to make sure that you didn't bring these prison gangs into the country? Or did you do this on purpose so that this could kick off martial law? Because this will be your excuse to put the military in the street and militarize the public. This will be a perfect reason to kick off martial law. Allegedly. Because if they really wanted to help people, we would at least see the National Guards with boots on the ground. Where's the National Guards? Y'all come to the high schools every single year and try to cherry pick all the damn seniors to put them in the damn military. Where is the National Guards right now? Why is the Hells Angels picking up the slack for the United States military? Why do we have to have bikers organized as a militia to go and protect the people? How is that possible? How is it the actual the owners of the properties contacted everybody all the way up to the FBI and everybody said, oh, this is not my problem. Sorry, I can't help you. Sounds like a civil issue. How is this a civil issue when y'all broke into people's homes at gunpoint, robbed them of their rent money, and threw them out? That's not civil. That's criminal. So whose department is this, Kamala Harris? Wake Joe sleepy ass up and both of y'all come outside. We need to talk. Don't tell us nothing else about cleaning no damn greens in the tub. We don't want to hear about no hot sauce. We don't want to see no more ass clappers. We don't want to hear any more dialect change every time you switch and go in and out of an urban area. Let's talk about how you gonna fix this shit. Because how long is it gonna be before they stop breaking into apartments and start breaking into houses and putting people out their houses? They literally took over a school bus and tried to take the school bus with children in it. Whose department is that? Since nobody can come out to the apartment buildings, whose job is that to protect the children when they come and get on the school bus and try to steal a school bus with children? Said we already had a taste of that. Remember when the cell towers went down earlier this year and the hacking? Yeah, so this is getting real scary. Said Joe can't get his words together to function. Here's the thing. If Joe can't get his words together to function, then that means Kamala and the Speaker of the House are responsible for fixing this. That means whoever is over the military, our Attorney General, needs to step up and fix this. Y'all mean to tell me that they had a meeting for the unfortunate situation that happened in Georgia, but they didn't have one for these migrants that they brought into the country straight from prison? Let's talk about it. Quit letting them play with y'all when it comes to black and brown identity politics. This the same woman who told us, I ain't doing nothing for black people that only help black people. But then turned around and wanted to tell us that she was black for a vote. Well, guess what, Kamala? I ain't voting for nobody who ain't doing nothing to protect people that can't even go back into their damn apartment, whether they black, white, brown, or polka dot, because you allowed a prison gang to come and overthrow their apartment building like the Carter. You brought New Jack City to the United States via Central and South America through Mexico. You need to be held accountable. And when I say held accountable, you need to be brought before a military tribune, because this is a crime against humanity. You and Joe, wake them up so that y'all can be called to the table for this. Because this is only the beginning. Y'all got to think about it. It's nice outside right now. What happens Black Friday all the way up to Christmas, where people getting ran down on? And then we're talking about prison gangs. Okay? These ain't your regular robbers. These ain't the people that just want to steal your presents and possibly bust you upside the head. These are people that's going to steal you and all your Christmas presents. Says she faker than Hillary. At least Hillary carries her meanness on her sleeve. No pandering. I agree. I agree. I told y'all. See, Trump may be the devil you know, but Kamala is the dragon you haven't met yet. Every time she steps to a microphone, somebody need to drag her to hell until she answers what are they going to do to clean this up. Because you're not going to be able to catch everybody. They're in the country. Once they're here, it's like roaches. Thanks, Kamala. This was your job to make sure that you let the working class people come into the country. And even then, they shouldn't have come into the country until you helped your own country first. Said, I will be going to work and coming straight home, hoping that home is still here. Lord have mercy. Baby, it ain't about if she wants to. She ain't got no choice. She need to be harassed every time people see her. Pop up like paparazzi. Every time you see her somewhere, people need to be yelling at her about this crisis. Don't come back and tell us you're going to give us an extra $500 in tax season and you're giving everybody else tens of thousands of dollars. That's not appropriate. That's not enough. Hey, Millie the Misket. How are you, sweetie? Hey, Taylor says, I live in Colorado. This is crazy. Said they are going to do nothing and that's why they won't address it. But see, that's the thing. We're allowing them not to address it. We're allowing them not to address it. Everybody need to be lining up, protesting the White House right now, demanding answers. So America First sounds real good right now. Dems need to adopt that. Yeah, it's too late though. Look at what they let in the country. Like I said before I started Station Head, I'm gonna come over here and read some of y'all comments too. Have they shut down the border? Are they still allowing people to come in? Who is going to make sure that when it's all said and done and those stipends run out for the housing, that these people aren't displaced after the housing vouchers are done? Because if you think it's bad now, when those housing vouchers run out and everybody is not able to make the money necessary to survive, to continue being housed, this is when you're going to see the real anarchy. So they want a new voter block. That's why they're letting this riffraff in. But see, here's the thing. Who's going to pass the law to let migrants vote across the board in all 50 states? If they can all of a sudden push something through to let these migrants vote in all 50 states, that means that we as a people have no business not getting a anti-hate bill to stop the police from unaliving people that look like me and you. That means this same woman who's doing this race politics should be helping us too. Said I lose my mind if they were allowed to vote. Baby, listen, I did not tell y'all 2020, 2024, keep your popcorn, keep your wig strapped on, because this is just the beginning. The next 2 years are about to be a roller coaster. Let me see what y'all saying over here on Station Head. I don't want to neglect y'all. Said, what will be both of them to say correcting the immigration and building a wall, ain't it? Well, here's the thing. Building a wall was never the solution. You can't outbuild a Mexican, okay? Hardest working people ever. You build a wall, they gonna tunnel under it, drill through it. That was never the problem. And think about it. Why would you only target the Mexicans to keep them out the country? But you got Russians, Ukrainians, and all these other crime syndicates from across the world. And you ain't said nothing about stopping them from coming in. Mexican people aren't the only ones that have a criminal element. You got criminal elements all across the world. Y'all were calling yourselves letting the Mexicans back in the country because this is their country, okay? We're going to be honest about, who was here first. You let them back in the country to rebuild the country because y'all know it's about to crash out. But you weren't even smart enough to make sure that it was Mexicans you were letting in the country. Y'all didn't even check to see who the hell y'all let in the country. That was the problem. You said because they're PLC. I mean, let's be honest. Mexican people are very hardworking people. For a couple years in my 20s, I stayed in a Mexican neighborhood. I was the only person like me in my neighborhood. And I think that they felt sorry for me because I was unmarried with no children at the time. They cut my grass. They shoveled my snow. Every time I tried to figure out who was doing it so I could pay somebody and tell them thank you, they kept pretending like they couldn't understand me. I said, listen, I know you understand me, but thank you anyway. Gracias. Like this went on the whole time I stayed there. They are very community-oriented people. If they ever consider you family, they take care of you. So the problem is not the Mexican people, it's the presidency who was so careless as to just let anybody come through without making sure they knew who the hell was who. He said, imagine Americans going into other countries freely, getting free resources, voting, etc. These other countries would not have that. They sure in the hell wouldn't. I stay right next door to Canada. Canada, literally, if you are homeless in Canada, and you go to like the Red Cross or any of their programs, within a week of staying in a shelter over there, they're going to place you in housing. They're going to give you vouchers for furniture and food and everything. They're not going to allow you to stay homeless over there in Canada. That's what we should be worried about doing over here. Before we can bust anybody in here, let's help our own disenfranchised. Said my next door neighbors, they do take care of the yard and take care of the food and be good neighbors. Said they do. Hispanic descent, period, will take care of you if they think of you as family. Absolutely. Absolutely. They were looking at me like, oh, she's a single woman, no husband, no children. She get off of work late. Like even, the Mexican, gangsters, the street element, they would be up late to make sure I made it in the house and would ask me if I'm okay. Anybody mess with me, to let them know. They looked out for me. I'm like, I don't know if this is pity, sympathy, love. Either way, I'll take it. So I mean, let's be honest. Let's put the blame where it needs to go. Tell Kamala bring her rockhead ass out in the middle of the street and answer these hard hitting questions. What are you gonna do about this mess you made? We need you over here in aisle 6 for this cleanup because you brought this into this damn country. How do you expect to take this element back out? Said depleting the resources and the jobs that are available to the people already living underserved communities. Right, right. And that's my point. That's my point. Why didn't you fix the problems here first before you made a catastrophe of an already bad, and just like the economy is getting worse. The economy is getting worse. Next year, the beginning of the year, haven't I been warning y'all to stock up y'all house? Didn't I tell y'all that it was going to get worse before it gets better? This is a part of the getting worse, unfortunately. Yeah, so they keep lying about the numbers. All the while writing checks to the Ukraine. Right. I'm telling y'all, it smells like a ploy for martial law to me. I mean, you didn't make any of these people register through, ICE or anything. Glory Love, I'm serious. Like I said, her rockhead ass. Bring your rockhead ass out in the middle of the street. We need to talk. It's time for you to answer these questions. You caused this problem. How are you and Joe gonna fix it? Now we know that he naps periodically throughout the day, but prop his weekend at Bernie's ass up so that y'all both can be held accountable for answering these questions. Because somebody got to fix this. Y'all the ones who started it, so we need to start with asking you. Instead of lying about it, instead of trying to keep it out of the media, instead of trying to pretend like this is not happening, deal with it. Because we don't need to see anybody else in the DNC pop, lock, and dropping it like that power hour. We don't need to see another illiterate rapper speaking about gun violence and gun control when they threaten to unalive people. Let's get down to business and address some real facts. That's all I'm saying. Quit playing with me. Quit playing in my face. Every time we see you, we need answers. Quit avoiding the questions. Quit avoiding the military questions. Quit avoiding the media. And let's get down to business. Because every person that gets harmed, that blood is on your hands. You caused this. You said, man, Joe might be gone. I have not seen him in months. We haven't seen him since he made that last damn announcement. Said actually the law allowing this was approved by, hold on, was approved by the House and the Senate. The only thing the president could do was veto it. Here's the thing though. The House and the Senate, right along with them, all need to answer for this. And whose job was it when they vetoed this to put together the plan to do the background checks of the people that they allowed in the country? They literally pulled up with buses and told any and everybody to get on the bus. At the end of the day, it's not the House of Representatives and the Senate that's holding the bag on this. It is the presidency. The media is not going to catch every last member of the House and the Senate walk in the street to ask these hard-hitting questions. But she's on a world tour with a mic in her hand right now. So she should be answering these questions. She wants to be the leader of the new world, and she needs to start leading right now by telling us the truth. So they're taking peace from the earth. Kamala was in charge of that. But thank you. That's what I'm saying. She spearheaded this. She's also the one that picked the amount of resources that went to these people. Let's not, shift blame. Yes, we need to hold those people accountable. And this is also the reason why there needs to be term limits required for the House and the Senate. They shouldn't be able to do more than, 2 to 3 terms? Some of them so damn old, they probably died sitting in them damn seats and nobody noticed. We need term limits. They already get paid for the rest of their life when they get out of office. We don't need you in here 90,000 years old, taking naps, falling asleep, not hearing the whole damn meeting with a mouthful of peppermints with your dentures slipping. We need an age limit and we need term limits. And we need the ability to be able to vote these people out if they have a certain amount of infractions or they are failing their district. You should not still be able to sit in that seat if you are failing your district. We give them way too much grace. Millie, don't you start that. Talking about some Angel for President 2024. Listen, I'm just speaking facts. Point blank, period. Think about how many American children right now that are in homes that lack proper nutrition because the families cannot afford groceries right now because food is at an all-time high. But you just gave $20,000 per migrant. But you couldn't give an extra $100 to these families for groceries. Some of these children only get 3 square meals a day if they go to school and they eat breakfast and lunch at school because groceries are that high. But you're giving anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 worth of food stamps to migrants. That makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. You got senior citizens that cannot afford to eat because they are on a fixed income, on medication where they have to eat due to the medication that they're on, but they cannot eat without Meals on Wheels. And you gave these resources to people who aren't even naturalized. And we're not supposed to hold y'all accountable? Man, it's like, get the hell out of here. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm ready to start tapping into some things. We're going to get off into some shits and giggles and some shenanigans, and we're going to deal with some hard-hitting stuff. Since we got Kamala here, let's pull some energy off Rockhead, okay? Because y'all, just looking at her pisses me off. And this ain't about me being a Trump supporter. I don't care about the Democrat or the Republican Party because they all lie. All I'm saying is hold them accountable. Show me the energy around Kamala Harris and what she plans to do for her presidency if she wins. Angel, spirit guides, and ancestors. Show me the energy around Kamala Harris and what she plans to do if she wins. I don't mind. I'll roll up on her and press her. What? I got lapel mics. Let me catch her out. I'll ask the questions. I bet you she'll answer me. Y'all see this? Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. What she's going to invest in is going to break the hearts of America. Trigger warning. Show me more about this Three of Swords. Why? Why is this Three of Swords prevalent? Why did this lead? Okay, so we got to think about, you know, who she's in bed with. Who is this Two of Cups? Who is this Ace of Cups? What does this represent? Messages. What I tell you about this economy? Messages are going to come in about money slowing down in the economy. Okay? Okay, so we've got the star here. The star is supposed to represent hope, but it also represents a contract negotiation and agreement. The Hermit mode. Y'all, Hermit, if you've been in my tarot class, okay, you'll know that Hermit also represents dark night of the soul. Because when you go into hermit mode, it's like you're separated from things, you're forced into situations, and you have to learn while being in the dark, okay? The hermit literally has to learn through consequence. And then when they come out stronger. Or at least they come out knowledgeable. Y'all. Now remember I said this was a prison gang that came into this country. You see this Eight of Swords in reverse, meaning these people being set free? This is an unrequited offer, the Four of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. They walk right into a Wheel of Fortune. Three of Wands. Blessings. And Wheel of Fortune to the Three of Wands is a lot of abundance, okay? An unusual amount of abundance. So don't be surprised if what's being offered to them right now is just the beginning of what's going to be offered to them, that they're going to get even more on the back end, while people that were born into this country get next to nothing. Why is she doing this? Y'all, this is why I told y'all she needs to be held accountable. She made this choice to hand over this money. because this is an overlay for an underplay. Look at what the unicorn. Now the unicorn is an extra card to this deck. Two of Swords. Who is the unicorn that's going to be cut off from their wealth due to this decision? This is saying people are going to be sorry because literally all of these opportunities, this money, these things that are being given, this falls under heartbreak. This is just the beginning of our resources being outsourced, okay? And you got to think about the money that's needed for healthcare, the money that's needed for education. Where do y'all think this money is coming from? What's going to happen when they do count day and the schools still don't get the money they need to get? What's going to happen when these children flood the regular public schools and the resources are already thin? Said my cousin works in the White House, other countries, because we don't have it. Said the money is coming from our taxes and it's not coming to us. Yeah, we don't have it. That's what the heartbreak is, Iman. We don't have it. Said we still own, I think that's, we still owe China a lot of money. Baby, the United States is so slick with it. They've been giving China land for years to pay off those debts, and we still owe China. Parts of the United States are Chinese territories or provinces. That's what they haven't said publicly, because they own that land due to the debts, and we still haven't paid those debts off. You see this? Page of Pentacles, new business opportunities. People are literally going to be fighting. What did I tell y'all about this money? When the money runs out. See this? Fighting. This is a sad state of affairs. We are broke as a country. Well, no, let me correct that. The corporation that is the United States of America is broke. Now I want y'all to let that sink in. Oh, so this all she got for y'all when it's all said and done. I'm sorry. I never thought this was going to happen. What the hell does sorry fix? Right, say yes because this is a business. The death card falls under the star. That means a lot of people are going to lose hope. A lot of people are going to lose hope. We're talking about, can you imagine working your whole life, retiring, paying off your home? All you got to do is pay taxes. You got your pension. Your life is set up a certain way. And your whole community plummets. The housing market plummets. The area where you live plummets because it's overrun with crime from people that are not even a part of this country. Just a thought. So here it is. You got the Chariot, okay? they're going to put a lot of money into law enforcement. But here's the gag, y'all. This falls under the Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords in reverse. You're going to put more money into law enforcement, but it's not going to help to lock anybody that needs to be locked up. Meaning, these very people who are causing these issues are not going to be the ones that are going to catch the brunt of law enforcement. It's going to be us. You got the Empress here, and you got the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You're... Goodness gracious, y'all give me a second. I'm going to preface this with allegedly. Allegedly, this feels like you're going to, because I want y'all to see this. For those of you who can't see me on station head, I'm holding up the Wheel of Fortune over the Empress and the Page of Pentacles. They're going to be paying people large amounts of money through stipends to have children in this country, so the children will already be naturalized, allegedly. Said they send them to jail, Angel, in NYC, but they let them go after, like, there's no point. That's my point. They're not in the system. They don't have any American identification. Lock them up how? They don't exist. They're ghost in the machine right now. How you gonna process somebody that's not in the system? They don't exist. See, this was supposed to be a plan to stabilize and balance the economy. How you... I gotta watch what I say. Who? All I'm gonna say is this feels like an alleged orchestrated crash. And this is a part of an overlay for an underplay, something way bigger than what we see. Said I read something that they sentenced them for less than a year because anything more than 365 days puts them up for deportation. Ain't that, you know what? Sad to say it, I believe it. I believe it. And see, some of these people that are back in the country were already deported, just like that man who knifed that little 14-year-old girl in Indiana. Already was deported, came back in the country. He got deported for multiple violent crimes. You have to think about what type of demon is on somebody, what type of demonic influence is on somebody to see a young girl at a family-friendly event, like a pee-wee football game, and just go up on this unsuspecting child and practically almost take her life. Thank God she's still here. But there's no telling what type of trauma she's going to have from here on out. Mystic, you find that post, please email it to me at Angel Kisses the Oracle or DM it to me. Yep. Whichever one of you ladies said backfire, absolutely. This new financial or business opportunity, judgment. Judgment. Y'all see this? Not only did it backfire, it backfired on people who had nothing to do with the decision, the American people. We didn't vote on this. Everybody in Congress, everybody in the White House who played a role in this, They need to come outside too. All of them. We need to talk. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, look at this. New action and idea. Okay? This page of wands. Bottom of the deck. 9 of swords. Now, you sitting up looking stupid. Anxiety. No rest. See, you're lying to the public trying to pretend like this isn't a thing. But behind the scenes, it's like, oh my God, what did we do? There you go, judgment. Judgment has come out. And I'm going to keep saying that I feel like everyone who was a part of this should face charges for war crimes, because that's what this is. This is a crime against the American people. People should be pissed about where their taxes are going because they're spending it like it's going out of style. But let you have an emergency right now and be, late on your rent, your ass gonna be outside because America ain't got it for you. And by the time they sign the paperwork and they got to go through this channel and this channel and this channel and that channel, 1,000 more immigrants that they did not check to make sure that they didn't get off a prison bus are going to get funding before you. Okay, I got the email, baby. I'm going to look at it in a minute. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you. Yep. Queen of Pentacles. This falls under Death in the Star. Like I said, this is going to end a lot of hope, and this is going to mess up a lot of financial stability for families. Said Venezuela did what Cuba did, release all the prisoners to come to America. And see, here's the thing. America just cleaned up the trash for all those other countries because now they don't have to worry about, getting these people off their streets. They let America pick them up and take them with them. It's not those countries' faults. Because guess what? We can't get on a bus and end up in Venezuela, end up in Costa Rica, end up in, any of these countries. Try it. Go live. I want to see it. I want to see what happens when you get to the border. See, this is what she likes to do. When people come at her with the hard-hitting questions and they ask her to tell the truth, she goes in hermit mode. Don't be surprised if she stops doing these press junkets and she just wants to get up on the platform and, give us all these corny-ass accents that she didn't really rehearse. She gets to avoiding the media again. Because this is what she's going to do. Said, I posted the Twitter link for those who want to see it. Thank you. Said, as a Mexican American, I don't get the resources like the Venezuelans had to work my ass off, and I'm pissed where my taxes are going also. And see, this is exactly what I just said earlier, Hunter. Thank you, sweetheart, for saying that. This screws the Mexican people because most of the people that they let in the country aren't even Mexican. Mexicans born in this country can't go and apply for any of this. Mexicans are still helping to build this country right now and can't get none of this. None of it. Can't even get an extra jar of sofrito right now. Crazy, ain't it? But they did this under the guise of helping Mexican people. How the hell y'all help Mexicans when we end up with thousands of San Salvadorians? How did that happen? So that's not fixing the problem with her hiding. No, it's not. But that's what she likes to do because she a punk. She go run in the house every time it's time to answer some hard-hitting questions. I hope she gets to see this. I hope somebody sends this to her. Tell her I said it. What's she going to do about it? Answer the question? I dare her to. Said Hunter said, right. We were getting help at first and then they snatched it away. Well, okay. Let me put these cards down because we're about to have a real keep it real moment, okay? We're going to have a real keep it real moment. And I'm going to start it off and I'm going to finish it over here on Station Head because I can talk more freely on Station Head. When it comes down to it, Mexican Americans and the people that they consider to be black, okay, the Native Americans, we all got to learn how to get along because we're family, we're cousins, okay? All of us that eat beans and rice, we're cousins. This was our land. This was our land. I'm going to say it again. This was our land. Before Columbus came over here with a guide, funny enough, the Moor, who was a translator who could speak the language of the people in the land. Now, how you lost, but you brought a translator, okay? We were already here. So I never had a problem with Mexicans coming back into the country when half of the country over there on that side is named after everything that has to do with them anyway. That's not the problem. The problem is the American government playing in our face. The problem is the American government want to help everybody but the people that were born in this country. If they had this type of money to give to these Venezuelans that y'all picked up, that just got released from prison, and wherever y'all got them from, why don't y'all have more resources to put into education and healthcare? Why don't y'all have more resources to put off into housing so don't nobody have to sleep outside? Because if you can all of a sudden just find the extra $40,000 here and there for people that's not in the system, you had it the whole damn time. Now, if it get real rough, we gonna have to learn how to get along. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to kick it with my Mexican cousins because they got growing thumbs. They know how to build stuff. Okay? We going to get along. Because at the end of the day, we going to all need each other anyway. So it's about time we learn. We need to figure that out right about now. You said I'm Mexican and black? Listen. Thank you. Come on now, Isaiah says Columbus was on a Moorish ship. Let's go even further with that. Columbus could not even get clearance from the queen to come over here until he let the queen know that the Moor was coming with him. He got declined multiple times. See, when we start figuring out that we're cousins, we're family, and we start working together instead of using differences against each other, we grow out of this Willie Lynch. That's when we're going to start making some things happen. That's what they're afraid of. They don't want us to start slapping hands and working together. But we need to. We need to. You're 12 tribes just like I'm 12 tribes. You're my family. And I'm going to leave that on that. Said mama whole side is Mexican and Native American. Baby, listen, most Mexicans are indigenous anyway. That's like saying Indian and Spanish speaking Indians. That's what you just said to me. That's what you just said to me. Sound like cousin either way you cut it for me. See, that's why they came up with those laws for those blood quantums, because they wanted to keep us from understanding that this was all of our land. Most of us didn't lighten up until the Europeans came over here and, finagled our great and great great grandmothers. And that's how we started to lighten up a little bit. But we've been here. You said I need the Asian culture to wake up too. Baby, they not sleep the way people think they are. That's why they don't vote. They know money make America come. What's that Rick Ross song, Money Make Me Come? They already know that. That's why they take their money and go to lobbyists and get what they want. Vote for what? Hell, speak about Asian people, they were here before Christopher Columbus. Why don't we talk about the Mongols, Genghis Khan, that came in this country long before Columbus got here? Been here. Real talk. So we don't really see Asian culture voting like that, because they know that this is a game of 3-card Monte. They figured it out a while ago. In America, cash is king. I ain't mad at them. Said vote for what? We can go home wherever we want. But see, it ain't even about them going home. They create businesses that are turnkey businesses for cash. They are their own banking system. They support one another and finance one another and keep the money in house. It's smart. And then they make sure that they get their children educated to become doctors and whatever else. Iman, our people did do that. You say, I wish our people could do that. They did do that. It was called the Tulsa bombing. The Gap Band made a song about it called You Dropped the Bomb on Me. People didn't even know they was dancing to a song about Black Wall Street being taken off the map. That's what that song was about. We've been doing it. That's what Rosewood was. Every time we did it, somebody came in and set something on fire or blew something up. Which means we need to do it, but this time we need our own security. We need our own militia, so it don't keep happening every time we do it. We've done it over and over again. They just make sure not to talk about it in school so we don't get any smart ideas. If we all decide to go on a spending blackout, do you understand how bad the economy would be in this country? Just 5 days where people will look like us, don't spend no money. I bet you right then and there we get some answers. Some people would feel like they need to respect us and stop playing in our face. If they don't respect nothing else, they respect that dollar. I tell you that right now. So we need to get back to that, baby. I agree. Said I'm glad we still have those speaking up and speaking out about it. Yeah, total drought. 5 days. Everything is stopped. Nobody spends more in this country than people that look like us. The so-called black people stop spending money. Oh, it's going to hurt. Mexicans come behind us and stop spending money? What? Country done. Cadillac is still in business right now because of black folks. They literally were going under in the Great Depression. In the middle of the Great Depression, black folks, as this country calls you, were finding white people to go to the dealership and purchase cars for them. We're talking about cash them out. I'll pay you, Mr. Poor White Sharecropper, to go in the dealership and buy a car for me. It wasn't until they had a German engineer that says, I noticed something. It's always black people driving Cadillacs, but y'all don't allow them to buy them from the dealership. Why don't y'all start letting black folks come in and buy Cadillacs? This company was going bankrupt. 2 years into being a company, they start letting us come in and buy cars, and the company was in the black in a year and a half, and they're still here now because of us. That's what we do. We need to understand our buying power and what we bring to the table. That's how you get real power. Because America don't respect marching and don't respect praying and singing. Take your money and put it back in your own community. Don't give them nothing. They'll crawl over to you and they'll be ready to talk then. And that's facts. That's the real reason why they stopped segregation. They needed us to spend money. That's why they stopped segregation. It wasn't because it was the right thing to do. It helped the country. If it didn't help the country, we'd still be off in the corner somewhere, off to the damn left. You mean to tell me you brought all these Venezuelans in here and I still ain't got my 40 acres and a mule? Or whatever the equivalent of that is? But all these folks talking about they voting for her because she black, ask her that question. Where's our 40 acres and a mule? Where's our reparations? You gave reparations to these Venezuelan prisoners, these criminals who haven't even been in the country long enough to work and put money into the economy. They went straight to the street and committed crimes. Haven't been here but a couple weeks. But you the same one that said you ain't doing nothing to help just black people. Well, it look like you really ain't doing nothing that's helping no damn body. So that's why she's always running from reporters. I'm telling you, listen, let me be the reporter. I'm going to strap on my knee brace and go back to my days when I used to run track. I'm going to run right along with her because she going to answer my damn question. Because these are real questions that need to be answered. Let's take all the race politics off the table. How are you going to fix this? Because you are crashing the country at an alarmingly fast rate. You're always telling us about your family from Jamaica. So if you make such a fool of yourself here where it's unredeemable, what, you going to leave and go to Jamaica? You going to abandon ship? So if y'all see her in the street, y'all better start asking Rockhead some hard-hitting questions. Y'all, now let's have some fun. Give me some topics down here for me to read on. Y'all let me know if y'all want to tap into Ari in Tucson, in Spitgate. Y'all want to tap into Ice and, you know, what's the girl, Clea Trapper? Y'all, that's a whole catastrophe in itself. Said Megan forgetting why she beefed with Nikki. Yeah, we could tap into that too. Said tap into Trump. Okay. Well, Ice and Cleo be cool. Well, baby, they had to been cool in the first place. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Even if I fall out with somebody I've been cool with for years, this is something that I would not be out in public doing. You don't just air out people that you've been cool with. Said Jason Lee regarding MTS. Okay, I see that twice. Horse interview would be cool to go over. You said Trapper name takes me to. Yes, Jason Lee at MTS. Okay, we got a few things to get into. Since I'm seeing MTS pop up a few times, hold on, let me read these station head comments, and I'm going to do both her and the Nikki situation, and then her and Jason Lee. Said the buses in the video that's been circulating for some time since 2022 were not bound for the U.S. border, but going to other prisons. Said I sent you the link. Seems like Trump agenda thinking people won't fact check. Um, Here's the thing, baby. They're all thinking that we won't fact check. Like I said, I'm neither here nor there for either party because I understand all of them full of it. But the 2022 thing, that's not completely factual either because those people that came into this country right now literally were released from prison. The majority of those Venezuelans were released from prison into Mexico and went straight through Mexico and hopped on those buses and came in the United States. So we got to think about how long they actually have been putting this plan into place. Because you don't just come up with something like this overnight. Even though it's stupid, it wasn't just done overnight. Now, when Trump do something messed up, let's hold his orange ass accountable too. Actually, we need to hold whoever keeps spray painting him orange accountable. You said Black Wall Street runs the world now. All they did was take black off. Come on now. Come on now. You cooking with hot grease with that one. Said that's why nothing else has been formulated because we created the first. Yeah. Said burn BWS too quick. Didn't let them go further to formulate the world plan for centuries. They thought small. If Wall Street crashed, the world stops. Now that's definitely an interesting thing right there that she just said. So now that I'm caught up, y'all keep what she just said right there in mind. Because it's definitely about to get spooky. It's definitely about to get spooky. And this is why we need each other. This is why I need us to not be on this Willie Lynch beefing with each other due to the differences in color and ethnicity. We're family. We're cousins. They separated us when they came over here. That's the truth. They separated us when they came over here. They divided and conquered. Now let's get off into the shenanigans, y'all. I'm going to use some petty cards because this is a petty this is a petty situation. Let's tap into why Henny is pretending like she doesn't know why her and Nikki are not seeing eye to eye. Also, y'all, think about this. Why is it every time she gets ready to say something inflammatory or drop something that she knows deserves a response from Nikki, it's always when Nikki goes on tour when she knows she's going to be busy? Interesting, right? Said, yes, we have to come together because we are all the majority and The Europeans are the minority. What prophecy lie? Angel the babe, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, sweetie. I just need a little clarity on the, you know. Oh, Henny. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That was all the clarity I needed. You're Thank you. Lord. So this right here is telling me you got the hermit and the empress. So it's like she knows she's being ostracized and she's trying to bring something into fruition. She's trying to birth something new. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune here that's going to be profitable. So this is definitely, you know, a marketing ploy, allegedly. Seven of Swords, Page of Swords. So this is representing, you know, being underhanded, covert, being very sneaky, elusive, but watching, you know, so she's standing back to watch and see how her dirty work is going to work out. But here you go. You got heartbreak. You see this? Knight of Swords. Messages are going to come back into her that this did not work out the way that she thought. Why do people do these cheap antics for media rollouts? Just put out, you know, an ample body of work. That's it and that's all. Said Nikki changed the album date, but she didn't say the new one yet. Look at God. I feel like somehow, some way, there's a little invisible birdie. Like I'll say something and it'll end up somewhere over there because I promise y'all, I just DM'd somebody earlier today and I said that if I was Nikki, I would not comment and I would not drop until after she dropped and this whole VMA thing is over. That way, if she's going to win, if she's going to flop, she'll have to do it all by herself. You said your spirit guides be talking to hers, LOL, Angel. I'm telling you, I've been telling y'all this is what I would do. I would let her successfully flop on her own. If you can't trend without me, I'm not going to join the trend. Tread water on your own. Said we are getting that two-peat on the album. It'd be nice. Queen to you. Hey, how are you, sweetie? So yeah, we're looking at heartbreak. This is not going to wait. This excuse me, couldn't get it out. This is not going to work out the way that she thinks it's going to work out. Um, let's find out why. So you got the Six of Wands. It's like she's going to have to just push through and move through along on her own. Okay. You said I'm not going to watch, but when is the VMAs? Baby, every time somebody tell me when the VMAs are supposed to be, I forget. I don't even know if that's like, you know, my brain being petty because I wasn't going to watch anyway. But I believe it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. No. I just remembered because they pissed me off when they changed the date. It's 9/11. There we go, 9/11. And now that we know what day it is, I'm still not watching. That will be a day where I will light a candle for all the people who lost their lives, and I will do anything but watch. I would rather watch squirrel videos on TikTok. Oh, shoot. Queen of Cups. So, yeah, y'all seen that? That card did a somerset out my head. So, look at this. Queen of Cups in reverse and the devil. This she's going to be highly triggered on how this works out because it's definitely not going to get her the fanfare and the attention that she thought it was going to get her. So I will be rewatching the debate, LOL, because I'm sure that will be more entertaining. Listen, I'm telling you, I will watch ants play in the cracks of my driveway before I watch the VMAs. And it's not even just because of the whole Nikki thing. I haven't watched the VMAs in years. Why start now? Said that camel face pooped on everything memorable for all of his selfishness. So we got the Knight of Wands and Temperance. So this is letting me know that she was really rushing into whatever she could do to get balance through a new beginning because they were juggling with how they were going to handle this marketing plan, allegedly. You said, I love how you're not a Barb and you're still on the right side. Listen, I don't like bullies. One thing I can't stand is a bully. So if you're going to bully your way into an opportunity, I'm automatically out. They could have did whatever they wanted to do without this whole get down and lay down situation. Once it was more than apparent that the tea that Queese gave us was actually true and cut a deal Dez was behind this, I was out. No, thank you. So we've got the Six of Cups here. And that's the card of the past, energy from the past coming up. Y'all, I think Jason Lee is popping his head into this situation because, hold on, was peeking out my deck. And for those of you that are new to me, I don't just read what hits the table. I read as I shuffle and then it gets reconfirmed. So we've got the Page of Cups here, which is the card of sorrow and apology due to the sun, meaning something's going to come to light. The devil is sticking out the side of the deck, which means something maleficent, something toxic is about to be exposed, and she's going to be very sorry for this. Okay? I want to make sure y'all can see this. And behind that sun is the magician. So this is something that she actually manifested. So Jason Lee, being Team Leo, being bossy, decided to just pump his energy on through. So, yeah. Yes, STS. Hey, baby, how are you? Best worst year ever. Yeah. Said, oh, I heard Jason had something on Megan and was going to say he was going to release it after the VMAs. Well, that's what he said. That's what he said. And I do see that he definitely has something tangible. Okay? Justice, which also represents karmic balance over this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is the opportunity that's coming in from the VMAs. So she's going to get karma. It's going to be backlash from this opportunity because the way that it was handled. And that's going to literally be the rollout for whatever this tea is that's about to come out. You said Millie called him on his bluffs. Well, he may have an arrangement to wait until after the VMAs, not because of, as y'all say, Cop Nation, but because of his relationships with someone else at the event. Y'all got to understand, Leos can be very strategic. I know because I am one. So, see, when he's saying he's going to put it out anyway, he's not looking out for anybody over at Cop Nation. I guarantee you it is due to him having a relationship with someone over at Viacom. See, the bigger fish, the bigger picture. Said, I feel Millie is doing that to bring it out. Oh, it's going to come out. And Millie's smart. She's making sure she's not the one to drop it because they attack her anyway. Said, please be that tape, LOL. Listen, y'all got to understand, she's got multiple things that's going to come out. It's not just one. Said, I can see that Jason is connected. Yeah. See, he's going to make sure that he protects his media relationships because he's building his brand. You know, he started his own award show. His podcast is getting bigger and bigger. He may be looking at trying to get syndicated. So he's not going to step on those types of toes. So if he's waiting until the VMAs are already over, it's more so because of a relationship that leans that way, not Cop Nation. What's the heartbreak? Tell me about this Three of Swords. I don't know if they gonna get mad at these little cartoon titties, but I'm gonna cover them up, y'all. Y'all, they give us hell with these cards and so-called nudity on the cards. But here we go: the unicorn and the devil. Okay, so the heartbreak, as y'all know, y'all represent the unicorn. They're not understanding how big the reach is for the barbs. The barbs are powerful. You guys are literally the heartbreak to this toxic alignment here. So if she moves forward with what she's trying to do at the VMAs, which is possibly trying to strike back at Nikki again, just like she did at the BET Awards, EBT Awards, however you want to call it, she's going to be sorry. Yeah, I can't even lie to you. When I heard that she's going to do a deluxe edition of that album and Flo Milli is going to be on the deluxe edition, I literally chuckled to myself because the first thing I thought was, what's going to make it deluxe? I know the Flo Milli feature is not what's going to make it deluxe. Like, is it going to be any less depressing than it was the first time? Because I'm not going to re-listen to that um, catastrophe to the beat. That album was literally a twerk session wrapped up in a car accident to the beat. No, I ain't talking about Iman. I ain't talking about Nicki's album. I'm talking about Henny's album. Henny said that she's dropping her deluxe edition with Flo Milli. How did that fix anything? And Flo Milli, why you do that to yourself? So, listen, Five of Swords falling under the Queen of Cups in reverse. Not only is she going to be heavy in her feelings and very, very distraught, very upset, okay, possibly lashing out, the public is going to shred her like well-cooked beef, okay? Start expecting to see more comments that appear to be allegedly paid for in the vlogs. Wink, wink. This is a Hail Mary pass to get to the Wheel of Fortune. Hold on. So, her going back and digging into the treasure chest of the past, the Six of Cups, was her trying to consider her options. You know, you got the Fool here, which is the leap of faith. This is the secret behind it. Like, they needed something to help them push this. Um, y'all, this even feels like the VMAs know that this is a backfire, but it's too late to turn back now. So they got to rock with it. They got to push this. They got to drum up some support. And her making this mention about her not knowing what's going on, this was a part of trying to drum up attention so that more eyes would be on her, so people would want to root her on and win. This is like, you know, the big bad wolf is picking on me. Everybody come and support me. Root for the little guy, the underdog. This is the energy that I'm getting that this was supposed to bring into fruition. You said a deluxe to flop is wild. Cass, would you say? Said, not shredded beef. Now you got me wanting the pot roast. Hell, now you got me wanting the damn pot roast. I'm going to be at the market tomorrow. It's going to be your fault. Whew. Said, does she even think for herself? How dumb can one be? Damn. Nikki this, Nikki that, or who? Listen, this, the sad part is, Angel the Babe, this was thought out. I'm so serious. This was thought out. This was the plan. Yeah. Somehow, some way. I just don't know how you're going to repackage and sell something that you allegedly had to uh, possibly use your marketing budget to purchase yourself to boost the numbers allegedly, because you would have had the same type of numbers as Lotto, damn near, allegedly. Let me see what y'all talking about on Station Head. You said, woo, these streets about to heat up. Yes, ma'am. Lord, I don't know. How do you say that it's a deluxe edition because Flo Milli is on it? You can't just release that one single and leave us alone? That's not deluxe. This is just as stingy as when you go to McDonald's and they give you that sliver of cheese on the fish sandwich, and it's like, why did you charge me 40 cents for this little fraction of cheese? That's what you just gave us. Said, I can't wait until we don't have to say allegedly. Listen, once this Tory case is wrapped up, I want to see the documentaries then, okay? I want to see the documentaries then. Because baby Tubi is about to be lit. They going to have at least 500 different versions of this story in every hood on Tubi. And I can't wait to see how somebody replays that scene where they allegedly didn't fight in the street. I can't wait. Okay? I am going to be on Tubi morning, noon, and night watching the most lowest budget of movies that are explaining what happened. I can't wait. Not I'm wearing a Megan Ladd t-shirt. Ah, no. What the hell just fell over? I don't know what it was. Y'all, Why did a box of damn macaroni shells just fall off the counter in the kitchen? She in here mad because I'm talking about her 35 copies that's going to be sold in this deluxe edition. Don't be knocking over my pasta shells. Ah! Oh. You said, Megan, you don't understand. I can't stand her. Well, baby, listen. According to her album, she look in the mirror and can't stand her either. That was sad. When I heard that, I said, "Are you serious? Wow!" Knock my damn macaroni noodles over, y'all. Who, Jason? Eight of Swords, King of Wands. Now, I want y'all to know that this is a future projection, allegedly, okay? Y'all know who the King of Wands is, and look at what he's going to be facing in the future. And it has something to do with ships, possible shipments, possible documents that are erroneous, if y'all get what I mean. Moving decimals, switching stuff around, putting money in places to clean money from other places. Just remember I told you. Said the slopes look mighty high today. Might melt soon. Ooh wee. Time to go skiing. Y'all are hilarious. I see somebody saying it down in the comments. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's only part of it. Now you see this? This Ten of Cups and the Fool. This leap of faith is gonna have this whole family over here looking foolish. Look at what keeps happening every time Cut a Deal Dez is a part of something. And look at who's going to end up heartbroken, because you got the heartbreak and the unicorns. The King of Wands is going to be heartbroken because he can't break her because they haven't figured out how to break y'all. Y'all are the key. Make sure you tell every barb, every unicorn, okay, that y'all are the key. And don't be surprised if other fan bases eventually start joining in. Now, whoever was in here last week, I told y'all that. This right here, okay? Didn't I tell y'all once the truth comes out about what really happened behind the scenes attached to Cut a Deal Dez and the King of Wands, that the powers that be were going to have him dealt with? Remember this, y'all. They're going to make them sorry for playing with them and their money, because this is money. That's right. Gangsters move in silence. Real gangsters move in silence. See, the real gangsters ain't on social media waving nothing, threatening nobody, saying nothing. You'll find out when you find out. Said, I'm so interested in the shell money moves. That's tea. That tea is hot. Now, for all of y'all that's been following me due to the Tory Lanez trial, I said that this was going to come to pass in the reading that I did. Now that Tori has been convicted, what to expect. And I also tapped into this when I did the Tori Got a New Writ reading. And I said that the closer that Tori gets to coming home, the closer the people are going to get to going in where he's at. It's going to be like a changing of the guards. They're going to start facing charges. I also said that someone is going to be accused of being inappropriate with minors. Let's see, you said, Henny said that she doesn't know why Nikki's mad at her. Is Nikki going to drop the second installment to let her know? Um, Hi, sweetie. I don't know if you just got here, but they just updated us and said that Nikki pushed the date back to her release for her deluxe. And I'm hoping that she waits until this flop is official and then does what she does. If I was her, I would wait and drag it out till it's least expected. That's right. It's pumpkin spice season. Thank you for reminding us. I did say pumpkin spice season was going to be very spicy. Not this is so delicious. I'm drooling. Y'all are crazy. I love it. Now here it is. The Queen of Wands. We know who the Queen of Wands is. Queen of Wands represents the Sagittarius. So when we've got this Queen of Cups in reverse, the Five of Swords falling on top of the Queen of Wands, that means somebody is very salty. Somebody's very in their feelings in a dark, negative space. So I don't get the whole you don't know what's going on if you're a Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse is very heartless, very negative, very cruel, someone who is very unyielding, very unfeeling, and very toxic and combative when you add that to the Five of Swords. Also, this is a card of obsession. Hold on. Like I said, let's cover up the little cartoon titties. We don't know what YouTube is feeling like this week. Okay? Very obsessive. So it's interesting that she used that line from Mariah Carey when she was dissing Eminem, talking about why you so obsessed with me, because the obsession is actually the other way around. You said the horse stay on that Nyx time. Yes, baby. Yes, she does. And for those of you who are new to this whole thing, Nyx, NYX, not the makeup. Nyx is a Greek goddess of darkness. She is literally the mother of everything that is hateful, negative, and she is like the mother of hell. She is so toxic and so negative that even Zeus does not like to deal with her. Said there she goes with the broken hoof in the depressed box. Not lying lipo giddy up. Y'all are hilarious. LOL said, remember Angel you channeled? She also wanted to sleep with Nikki allegedly. Okay, that was from, for those of you who don't know that channel that she's talking about, I did an all Barb's channel. Funny enough, y'all, remember it was Aurora Borealis that night and the whole sky turned pink? And just so happened Nikki was performing where? In Houston. Yes, I did channel that. It was very single white female. It was very nutty, okay? I was completely outdone. I went back over the energy multiple times and it got stronger. Oh, look at there. The moon at the bottom of the deck and the Ace of Swords. Spirit guys was like, yep, we said what we said. So, reconfirmation. Hangman is everything is going to come to an end very soon. And it's like buying time. This is like somebody being dragged out of the room and they're grabbing at everything on the way out to keep from being put out. And that's crazy. She's the one that came up with that line, your time is up, why you ain't clocking out. Yeah, justice for us, best worst year ever. Not roll that beautiful beam footage. Ooh, oh my God. Yeah. Y'all, Jason got some TT. Look at this. You got the moon and the 10 of cups. He don't just have T on her. He got T on the family. He got some heavy T on the family. And so the spirit guide said they standing on business. Yes, they did. Said they are dredging on every last coin she makes. Yes, they are, allegedly. Oh my God. Said that's what I want to know. Said Jason packing heavy heat then. Listen, it's very rare. It's very rare, especially a Leo that's in his position. Very rare that a Leo is a bullshitter. They'll stay quiet before they give you lukewarm tea. See, Leos are the type just like Taurus. Push, push, push. Keep on poking and poking and poking. And then when that time comes, you know what happens when you keep poking the bear. Now, I want y'all to understand, Jason has been priming and prepping us for months. Hey, Bostress. Cardi is supposed to perform at the VMAs. Cardi is 36 months pregnant. Oh, Jesus. Looks like Atlantic got her back to work already. That's all I got to say. One catastrophe at a time. What I was saying was, Jason has been prepping and priming us for months. And what I mean by that is, when he first had that interview with Blueface and Jaden Alexis, he didn't realize the tea he had until afterwards because what was said was so salacious that he missed the other part. But then he brought Whack 100 on to double down on what Blueface said about Henny. Okay? See, he been sitting on some tea for a very long time. And all he wanted to do was check and make sure that it was verified. So he's been prepping us for a while. You said, and Blueface said the FaceTime was wasn't good at all. Well, see, that's not the tea. That's the part where Jason, it kind of blew him back. He was like, "Oh my God, you saying she did what?" The tea was Blueface said that she came by the same day after she got out of the hospital, and it did not look like she had been pow-powed. Okay? That was the real tea. Now you can go back and watch it so that you can hear Blueface say it himself. But that was the real tea. Not the FaceTime, but the hoof. What he said the hoof looked like. Okay? Where he said she came from to give him FaceTime. That was the tea. Let me see what y'all talking about over here on Station Head. A Ash Cash at 36 months. So does it have to do with her being on tour? or them being in Japan. No, I feel like it has more to do with shenanigans while being inebriated. Notice he doubled down on she has a severe drinking problem and needs to go to rehab. That means impaired judgment and irresponsible while drinking. Okay? Where have we heard that before? Hey, Princess Pool said, oh, that's why Jason kept asking him, did he sleep with Megan? Right. See, the initial statement was so salacious that he missed the other side of it. When he watched that afterwards, it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. She came straight from the hospital and she didn't look like she had been pow pow. See, that was the real tea. Yes, yes, Angel the Babe. Jason said she needs help. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was very careful with letting you know that she is out of control. Yep, he said her foot didn't look like a pow pow wound, and then she proceeded to get down on her hoofs. She proceeded to get down on her hoofs and give him a weak FaceTime. Yeah, yeah. See, I heard the whole sentence. So when he said that she had came from the hospital, straight from the hospital, mind y'all, Kelsey could not get back in the house to get her belongings. You mean to tell me you couldn't get back to the house to open the house to let Kelsey get her belongings because you were giving somebody terrible FaceTime after you left the hospital? I want y'all to think about that. That's real, real interesting. So Cashmere said oh, not the cirrhosis of the liver is going to be something serious when it catch up to Henny. Well, I don't wish that on her, but she need to slow down on putting those straws in those bottles for sure. Especially when you get to blackout season. Y'all, listen. Spirit Guides is cutting up because they're talking about her overseer, her boss here. The Emperor's cycle is coming to an end, and messages are going to be coming out about him very soon. Now, I've been giving y'all a window of 14 to 16 months, and then things are going to go downhill. There's going to be investigations, and he's not going to get out of this. So they are doubling down on that, and it's getting closer. That's why this keeps coming out. So expect him to start facing some real opposition with the law 2025, 2026. Being held accountable no later than 2028. Alrighty, let's get all this depression off my table. I'm going to tap into some of the other stuff that you all were asking about. So, y'all, this ain't going to work out the way they expect it to work out. This is actually going to be a nail in the coffin for the camel because those folks over there at Viacom, for those of y'all who are new who don't know this term, I separate those people at the top between the brotherhood and the fatherhood. Those people are a part of the fatherhood. What he's doing, just like what he did at the Grammys, is the epitome of what the diddler did with that liquor company. They always get their lick back. Hey, Yellow Brat. So can you tap into how Nikki feels about Henny's interview of her gaslighting Nikki? Um, might as well, since it's practically the same subject. I'll use oracles, the wuss tea. Y'all know wuss tea. Oracles can be messy, so well, I'm about to get into Ice Spice and Cleo next, so we gonna do the Ice Spice stuff. Said funny enough, Viacom and CBS just merged. Now you see what I mean about the fatherhood. Now think about who's gonna help to start reporting the bad news when everything starts to come out about Henny. You got Candace Owens, who's getting a deal to take over the slot for The View. You got this merger, okay? MSNBC already is on reporting with her and Emilio Cucci. Didn't I tell y'all when it hits the white media, it's going downhill? Show me how Nikki feels about her and this interview. So the ratings will be so low for the VMAs, MTV will be regretting this decision. Oh, yeah. And see, I don't even think it's just going to be the ratings for this event. I think it's going to start affecting ratings in general. Because what happens if the Barbs just decide that they're going to not watch Viacom products, period? Hey, Bostra said, yes, you did, Angel. Listen. Them folks up there always get their lick back. They gonna pay him back for this. Because what you don't do is play with their money. You do whatever you want to do with yours. You do whatever you want to do with your influence. But you don't play with theirs. Ooh. Okay, so it looks like she's going to avoid this situation. This is what she's thinking. It says dodging bullets, blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, protected by haters. So she feels like even those who don't really support her somehow, some way are going to even, handle her light work. We've got ego, her ego getting in the way of relationship, an inside scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. So she feels like she's getting too big for her britches and she's letting her ego get in the way. But this is where Henny needs to be careful. Y'all see this, right? Inside scoop. Didn't I tell y'all that Nikki's very resourceful and you'd be surprised where her information comes from? So this is even letting it be known that people that may not even rock with Nikki are going to possibly find ways to funnel very, very pertinent information to her. So she knows she's obsessed with her, hooked. See this? She's ignoring fishing for comments. She's not even going to pay this any attention. Not publicly. And see, she knows that she's trying to bait her. You see this? Offer and no facts. So she knows that she's not telling the truth. She knows that she's being baited into a situation to help her. So she's not paying her any mind. Said Cardi gonna send Nikki a messenger pigeon about Megan. Oh my God. Ooh, y'all. So look at this now. Talking shit and bad habits. So, y'all, that in itself says to me that she knows she has a problem, and she feels like when she get juiced up, allegedly, she do the most. Excuse me. So allegedly, it's like you get in your sauce and you let the sauce carry the conversation. Hmm. Rejecting karmic friends at the bottom of the deck. So she like no new friends, no old friends, can't be friends, not dealing with you. Interesting enough. So divination abuser falls out, and it says unfazed and ignoring. So I take that when you got divination abuser and unfazed and ignoring, that's like I want to say like the magician. It's like she's trying to create an illusion that's going to get people talking, that's going to bring forth, some type of, fanfare and press. But she's unfazed, and she's not going to let this bother her. She's going to ignore it. She's going to pay her dust publicly. Said, can you do a reading on Joanne, Miss Glow, and what was that, Joan and Miss Glow? Princess La, please give me just a little bit. Oh, MTS. You're talking about that picture from the white party. Can you do a reading on Cardi B and Nicki? She keeps throwing shade. It's the same thing, y'all. Everybody. Thank you, Bostra, said Joanne and Horsey and Glow. Everybody needs some kind of push right now. You got these albums and projects and all these things that need to get off the ground, and people just don't have the gas money to put in the rockets for them to take off. So yeah. And speaking of that picture that they took together, y'all, that picture was so touched up, it don't make no sense. That picture had about 4 filters on it. I don't know who the photographer was, or if that was, re-edited on somebody's phone. All I'm going to tell y'all is this. Somebody who I know that was at that party sent me an actual picture of Joanne without any of the filters. And mm, I'll say this. She didn't look bad, but she did look middle-aged. She looked her age for sure. You said, and none of them worked for Meg. Beyonce got to be the queen of holding it together. Said, with her big head all over the place. Oh, thank you. Said, you're so very welcome, Angel. They need Nikki to stay smart, Barbs. Yeah. Not a raisin in the sun. Y'all play too much. Says she aged badly. Can you read on Wiley, the YouTuber that went into the Walmart with the bomb threat? It's unfortunate because he really does have mental issues and he needs help really bad. But what he did is a huge federal offense, and we're talking about the type of offense the type of offense where you could end up charged in a private court, not a public court, because this is above a jury of your peers. It depends on how they choose to handle this because he is mentally unstable. Um, they could possibly decide to ban him from all streaming platforms, anything like this, especially because if they don't do something about that, it's going to increase the dummies that will get out there and try it and, see if they can get away with it too. What was crazy to me is that he called the FBI on live and gave them his information. Like, what are you doing? So let me put these away. Trying to go in order that y'all gave to me. So we're going to go off into Ice and Cleo. Y'all, did y'all see that Azalea Banks said that Cleo will be performing with her? Said, I'm scared for Wiley. Said, Angel, if you get a chance, can you draw cards on YSL court case? It has been, it has been a catastrophe, Central Sassy. That case is going to be coming to an end soon because it's wasting a lot of public tax dollars and it's really an embarrassment. YSL Woody can't even take the stand until they can get him a new lawyer because his lawyer has been disbarred for like 6 months. So it is a all around total circus. I don't even have to pull cards on that. I can just some I know y'all used to seeing me pull cards, but I'm a medium as well. So they're going to end that case. It's just it's a waste. It's not producing anything. It's not getting to the bottom of anything. And it's becoming more and more apparent every day that Fannie may have possibly had an alleged vendetta. But what's going to happen is they're going to come after Fannie again. So they went for a mistrial again today. Thank you for that update. I told you they're gonna just go ahead and work on closing this case because it's an embarrassment. Yeah, said Woody off the stand already. Well, see, that's the thing. Woody is not off the stand because they're done with his testimony. He's off the stand because his lawyer is disbarred. His lawyer cannot practice for the next 6 months. That's why he's off the stand. They couldn't put him on the stand with ineffective counsel. It wasn't enough time for him to get another lawyer. So, hold on, let me find. Oh, see what I mean? They're going to come after Fannie again. Said Fannie's daughter got arrested. You said no, the court got him a new one. Um, they got him someone, for the moment, but if he wants to, he can reject that. If I was him, I would have rejected it and told him like I don't know this lawyer, I don't trust this lawyer, I want to find my own counsel. Said posing next to her mistress shows that she'll do any and everything for the camel. I don't even think it's about any and everything for the camel. It's Stockholm syndrome. Not to say that her hands are clean, but when you've been in a negative situation so long, it's a whole gray area. Said, I just want Thug home as a fan. Well, fan or not, they made a mess of this trial, and it's just too many situations that are just inadequate in this case, and is wasting a lot of taxpayers' money, and this is going to make Fannie look really bad. Said he was a clown up there, had them laughing. Did you see how Ice was acting during the prayer? Yeah, I did see that. It was kind of weird. It was like she couldn't concentrate. She appeared to be acting like she may have allegedly been on a perk or something. And I did catch that hand signal that she did in the middle of the prayer that definitely was not the same energy that everybody else had during the prayer. Said, what? That's crazy. Not a lawyer getting disbarred during court. Well, he got disbarred for a whole nother case. Come to find out, he was supposed to be helping a young lady with I want to say, a family court issue, and he dropped the ball. Didn't I don't know if he didn't turn something in time. Whatever he did, he messed up, and it ended up where the situation was like a default judgment because he didn't keep the lady abreast of what was going on. So because of the default judgment, she ended up losing the paternity case and ended up, with a judgment of like $3,500, had to get a whole new lawyer and had to go back to court. And he was saying that he would pay the money that she owed for her to fix the situation when she got a new lawyer. Well, she went to the Bar Association, reported him for ineffective counsel, and they agreed, and he lost his license for 6 months. Now he has other people coming forward stating that he took money from them, that week or that weekend to represent them, and that this Monday morning, they just found out that he got disbarred. So now he's got a list of people that he has to give their money back because he cannot practice until next year. I want to say March. He can't practice until next year in March. So yeah, it's a mess. Okay, let's see. Okay, y'all must be talking about the VMA said Nikki unfiled and she's done with them. Says she can't put the drink down. That's all she knows. What interview? Said I'll be back. Please save this station head. I sure will. Said Woody has a new lawyer. I see that. They were done with questioning him for now. Well, they had to take him off the stand. That's the thing. He was actually on the stand, and they had to let him know that his counsel could not represent him. So that's how he got off the stand. Said they're on the next witness. The judge is getting fed up. Listen, I don't blame that judge. This is a mess. It's like the song that never ends. It's just every day it's a different set of foolishness. So now we're on Cleo Trapper. I don't know how she came up with that name, but okay. And Ice. Lord have mercy, y'all. As the ratchet turns, what's the energy between Cleo and Ice? Hey, Mrs. Detta. Okay, so y'all, oh Lord, you got Temperance here coming out, and you've got, the Knight of Swords coming through. So it's like somebody wants balance through a new beginning, through coming forward to communicate, giving messages. You said these New York girls are different, LOL. We don't handle situations like this in the South. Baby, most of New York don't handle situations like this. This is what happens when folks hang out with each other and don't really like each other. Because even if I fall out with somebody, I'm not just about to be out here dragging them, telling all their innermost secrets like that. You got to do a whole hell of a lot for me to address you even remotely close. Now, I can cuss you out up and down the block and still not tell the secrets that you told me. So Ice realizes that, she manifested this judgment that's coming against her. So she's trying to maneuver and figure out how she's going to dig herself out of this ditch, how she's going to get balanced through a new beginning out of this situation. Oh my gosh, what is this? Seven of Cups. Considering her options, trying to think about how she's going to possibly apologize. Girl, this girl has been consistently losing since she got exposed the first time. If she lose any more listeners, me and her will have the same amount of damn views. Yeah, she's considering her options when it comes to working situations. Said Ice went on Spaces and made it worse. Lord. This is why they hire publicists. This is why you need a team. Where's her Olivia Pope? Hell, where's her Olivia Rodriguez? Somebody. Said that's a lot of a hailstorm airing out a friend because of a quarrel. Yeah. Yeah, said her and her manager too. Said, as the time gone, I realized why her and Lotto don't get along. They're the same. Oops. He said that eye roll. Ice for sure made it worse. I'm usually not on X, Twitter, whatever we call it this week. I made a new account over there and still don't go over there. Said James made it worse too. Well, see, here's the thing. I can't blame James for her being running the ground because at the end of the day, she's forgetting the golden rule. He's support staff. He works for her. Anybody on your team works for you. They represent you, not the other way around. So at the end of the day, she's the only one that's going to be left holding the bag when he ends up working for somebody else. Y'all, she's trying to hold it together because she's bracing herself. She knows more people are going to walk away from her. It looks like that title for that reading I did is very appropriate right now when the ice melts. You said Ice and Lotto are both Capricorns and they can be so evil. Here's the thing. Capricorns are usually workhorses. They're perfectionists. So you got to look at LL Cool J. You got to look at R. Kelly. You got to look at Aaliyah. Those are Capricorns when they are, you know, well, first of all, those people had talent. But when they are passionate about what they do, they are perfectionists. So this lets you know that even though this is what she does, she's not passionate about it, but she's definitely feeling what's coming and she's worried about more and more people walking away from her. King of Cups, okay? That means she's very deep in her feelings. She's not wearing her feelings on her sleeve. That's her personality anyway. She's very dry eyes, clear eyes, okay? Um, she's holding this very close to her chest, but she's hurt because she knows what's coming. She knows there's going to be an onslaught of people walking away from her. And that's the last thing she can afford to happen right now while she's already trying to get everything together to go on tour. Said Princess card permanently revoked. Yeah. Kaylin, I'm telling the truth. They do have talent. Yeah, says she don't look passionate even on the stage. Baby, when I tell you that is the most boring twerk I've ever seen in my life, the way she bend over, face just deadpan, just like, girl, can you at least make it look like you enjoy part of what you doing? I ain't never seen nobody face that damn just blah, just like, who twerks like that? You don't even make it seem like somebody's supposed to tip you or enjoy it or nothing. She just, could you imagine if she was an adult worker just, like, don't nobody want that. Yeah, so this is what she's hiding, y'all. She's very deep in her feelings. She knows that this is like really like the walls closing in on her with her career. And it's one of those things where it feels like it's over before it really began. And you know, her career took off really fast, and it looked like it's going to end the same way. And she manifested this. Iman, don't you look? Don't you give me those damn emojis, those faces like that? I'm dead serious. Who want to see you throw it back? Just who want that? You can keep that. If I was a man, I'd be mad. Like, if you didn't want me to have it, then just damn keep it. Like, don't give me nothing like that. Yeah. See, this is the issue right here, y'all. She's losing sleep. She's got anxiety. She's trying to think about how she's going to turn this around, how she's going to spin this. But to spin this, you need somebody who works in PR. Somebody needs to take her phone, and her team needs to put out an official statement, or they need to pay this dust and drop something that's actually going to distract people. What I just did with that deadpan face, she'll need to do that no more. Okay? Somebody need to take her down to Miami, introduce her to some of the aunties that used to be Luke dancers so that they can help her look more into her twerk. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Because if I saw her in a strip club, I promise you, she'd be the last dancer I'd tip. You ain't into it, I ain't into it. You don't want to be at work? Don't be here. That's what she looked like. Said the mean girl route is not going to work. Well, here's the thing. People in general are just getting tired of that energy, period. It's phasing out. People are tired of it. Said she thought she could play the bad guy like Nikki and it didn't work. She ain't been in the game long enough to play those games. Luke did just say, run his check. I feel like that poll was the nail in her coffin. Scooter Braun could have helped her. Not sweet, not sweet Jesus. Listen, sweet baby Jesus went on the smoke break. He ain't even getting involved in this. You might as well call sweet baby Ray's. So yeah, look at this. So she manifested this through being underhanded and sneaky. And it's crazy because it's like between both ex-friends, she can't say that they're lying. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to the underlying colorism of this, Because why is this the same problem? Rinse, wash, repeat, both with your dark skinned friends. Why are we not seeing this same attitude and this same complaint from the friends that she possibly has that look similar to her? Just something to think about. Yeah, she's the wounded warrior over this karma. Okay, Nine of Wands. Justice at the bottom of the deck. And this wounded warrior, Nine of Wands, is falling under the Seven of Cups, which is like she's considering her options because this is really, really hitting her hard. Um, I need these artists to get it together, and I need their managers to get it together, because why are there no NDAs? Said, thank you. I said the same thing. Said, I've had the same ish response with my ex best friend who is a Capricorn. They are so cold when they don't care about you. Said, oh, Ice Stylist came out and agreed with Cleo and what happened on tour. Lord have mercy. See? Said, oh, and she definitely a colorist to y'all didn't know. Bad look all the way around. That's all I'm going to say. Said, I think they need NDAs, but the penalties would be void if a high publication came out and offered them more money than they'd lose. Um, Not necessarily. It depends on how you write up the NDA. Because if that NDA is ironclad the way it needs to be, then the publication can't even put it up. They would face legal action. You said those candles are loud tonight. Hey, Zay. Said she never worked with anyone dark skin, LOL, or am I tripping? You know what? I haven't seen it, but I don't really follow her like that. But I can say I haven't seen it for sure. You said just the men. Well, see, I almost said the men don't count. And the reason why I'm saying that the men don't count is because even if someone is colorist or, you know, we'll say a ray and cyst, okay? They ain't gonna pass up that BBC, okay? It's a lot of people who feel negative about a certain group of people, but they'll still lay down with them while still hating the women from that group. Or flip side of it, if it's a man disliking the men from that group, but they'll still lay with those women. So that's not an indicator for me. Y'all. Two of Swords falling under the Eight of Pentacles. She's going to start losing work. And the reconfirmation of that is at the bottom of my deck. I'm about to show it to you. Oh, I see somebody say Erica Mena. Oh, the death card. Something has to end for something to begin. She's definitely about to start transitioning out of contracts. It's going to start affecting her work pretty soon. And like I said, she's just trying to hold it together, remain strong in the public. This is her wish fulfillment. but people are going to start to see her as toxic, and they're going to start moving away from her. And this is going to really affect her behind the scenes. Like I said, she doesn't show how she feels. She's very, very stoic, as you know, of how she appears to the public, but she's feeling this. She's feeling this over her choices. Yeah, the secret is she's already in hermit mode. Said I would never work with Taylor. LOL, she's mad toxic. Listen, we haven't heard Taylor have these problems. Whatever she does, she might borrow from you, allegedly, you know, and come out dressed as a majorette and perform. But we still haven't seen her do this. Uh, You said Erica's been like that since high school. She used to date a young man from the group called Unique Soldiers, and he was pretty popular. But when she got her first call for a video, wow. So pretty much she switched up on him soon as she got on. So, y'all, look at this. 10 of coins in the world. Yeah, it's endorsements and certain things are going to start to slow up and dry up for her. And the reason why is because a lot of what's being said is factual, allegedly. Now, what I find more interesting than anything, let's get away from the both of them. Well, more so Cleo airing her out. Cleo letting us know that her father is not Nigerian. Didn't the other girl say that too? Like she said that she, but this one says, Cleo says she met him on tour. Now he entered the chat. I saw the picture of him. He entered the chat. And I'm going to say this right here, right now. Those eyebrows are very Dominican, okay? I don't care what nobody say. Only Arab men and Dominican men get them eyebrows cleaned up like that. Those are some Dominican eyebrows if I ever seen it. You said Mexican or Spanish. Listen, those look like some Dominican eyebrows to me. If you're ever around Arab men and Dominican men, they get those eyebrows snatched. Okay? Said his last name is Dominican. I told you I know Dominican eyebrows. You said Bay 510 Bay. Said I'm black, Mexican, Latina from Oakland, California. Well, what's up, cuzzo? Thanks for tapping in. Detroit messed with the Bay long. Said, I swear I was like, ain't y'all Dominican? Listen, I'm telling you, her daddy eyebrows is Dominican. I know some Dominican eyebrows when I see them. Dominican men and Arab men. Not all Arab men. Old school Arab men don't get their eyebrows, cleaned up. But the ones that's like, 40 and under, oh, they get them boys cleaned up. They get them razored. They get them snatched, plucked, and them eyebrows they be angular. I know them. I know them when I see them. Said he barely had eyebrows, Angel. It's the shape of them and how they were cleaned up, is what I'm telling you. Those are some Dominican eyebrows. I know them. I've been in Dominican barbershops. I used to live in Southwest. I even, listen, y'all, the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans was mad at me because I lived on the Mexican side of Southwest. They told me I stayed on the wrong side. I didn't even know I was on the wrong side. They told me I was supposed to be over there with them. Said I ain't never had my eyebrows done. Hey, you say you naturally handsome? Well, I can't really see your Abby, but I'm gonna trust you for it. You said I'm a Google Dominican eyebrow. Listen, look, you want to see Dominican eyebrows? Look up Dominican barber shops or Dominican barbers. A Dominican barber does not just make sure you got the perfect hairline. They make sure they clean those eyebrows up. They listen, they sick with that razor, baby. They get you together. You said Raven Baxter dad is so hilarious. Oh, why, thank you, sweetheart. Said you love my smile. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I know some Dominican eyebrows when I see it. So when I saw those eyebrows, I said, no Nigerian man or West African man is going to wear those eyebrows. It's unheard of. Impossible. Not happening. Hey, Aquarius love, sweetie. How are you? You said where the hairline is gone. Well, that's even more reason why those eyebrows are popping like that. He got to work with what he got. He got to use what he got to get what he needs. Oh, damn it. So yeah, it's going downhill for her from here because unfortunately for her, she's being called out on things that actually have validity. Hold on, I'm gonna be petty. Let me see if I can find some pictures, Dominican barbershop pictures. Hold on. We gonna see what I'm talking about. Hold on. I did not put this in here. Y'all play too much, Google. Why would I want to know about wheelchair tennis? I gotta find a picture with some eyebrows in it, y'all. Give me a second. Now he got on glasses. Hold on, let me see if I can. Y'all let me know if y'all can see his eyebrows over these glasses. Can y'all see these eyebrows? What Nigerian man you know gonna wear these eyebrows? Let me know if y'all can see these eyebrows. Okay? I know the eyebrows when I see them. You said she lied just like her cousin CB. Listen, you said those. Ah! Oh, oh, me. Oh my God. Listen, I can't debate you. I can't say that you're wrong. I just said I know the eyebrows. I know the eyebrows, baby. That's all I'm saying. And I know no Nigerian man is going to wear those eyebrows for the same reason of what you just said. Okay? The very same reason. I need to go to whoever he went to get my eyebrows together. Said, what's going on with her and Riot relationship? I need them to break up because I want a chance. Baby, she keep on getting in trouble for the stuff she's saying. You're going to have a chance. Said he's not African and neither is she. Listen, he can't be African with them eyebrows, baby. African men, first of all, the African community is not going to handle those type of eyebrows well at all. They're too feminine. They don't like to see feminine things on their men. That's just a wrap. Said it's 96 people in here. Can we get the likes up? Thank you, Aquarius Love. Said they don't have any African features. Let's be honest. Well, it depends on where you are in Africa. Like, there are people that look like me if you're on the eastern, like northeastern side of Africa. If you're closer to like, you know, Ethiopia, Eritrea, places like that. There's people that look like me over there. So, I mean, I wouldn't say she has African features. Her daddy got, you know, maybe if you hold your eyes closed really, really tight and you cut the lights on and off real fast, you can see it. But I know those Dominican eyebrows. That's what I know. So I'ma say that Cleo didn't get that one wrong. I'm gonna go with Cleo on that one. Which makes her look really crazy that she would lie about her ethnicity like that. She looks really nutty. She's starting to look like Henny. That's such a petty thing to lie about. It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, if you lie about little itty bitty things like that, what wouldn't you lie about? You said I've never seen anybody twerk like that. You better preach and talk about all this at the same time, baby. Listen, don't worry about being late. You got here at the right time. It's always a playback, sweetie. You said those eyebrows are eyebrowing. Listen, her daddy's eyebrows distracted me from the whole rest of the picture. I had to look at the picture again because the eyebrows looked like they was 3D. They angular. You said her and Kamala Harris, they both lying. Angel Babe said, I'm 100% African. My DP is the real me. I came to the U.S. when I was 13 years old. He is not Nigerian. Listen, I have a little cousin whose father is Nigerian. We tell her she's the only African American we know because she's half us and half African. And I can promise you, ain't no way in the world. Oh, you said 13 years ago. Okay. Yeah, ain't no way in the world you see a Nigerian man with those eyebrows. African men don't play that. They don't play that. You can't even come home as an African man with no eyebrows like that. Why would I have to tell the Nigerians keep eating the fufu? Hell, I hope they bring me some fufu. Bring me some fufu and your goosey. Yeah, I used to work with some African men, and I used to think they was being nice until I realized that I was too skinny for them, and they were really fattening me up because I wasn't big enough by their standards. All I got to say is, where y'all at now? Because I appreciate all those snacks that y'all gave me. I really do. Said I was just eating food now with vegetable soup. Listen, I don't even know the name of the dish that the man made me, but it was some kind of rice dish, and it had rice, peas, and potatoes, and like I want to say like peanuts, some kind of nuts in it. It was good. It was full of carbs. No, baby, it wasn't jollof rice. Jollof rice is very similar to gullah rice. It wasn't jollof rice. I don't know what it was. It was delicious and it was very fattening. And I found out later that they was trying to fatten me up because I was too small for their standards. But either way, it was very, very kind of them. I need somebody to, make me some of that again. I would love to have some Nigusi. Come on now. Said I've never tried African food though. I grew up in New York. That's for me. That's a huge way of bonding and then getting to know the people is having the food and also, um, listening to your music. It helps me to tap in with the culture. So, I I I will try food from all around the world. If one of these days I'm gonna show y'all my seasoning collection. If I ever have to move, I promise y'all I will cry real tears if I gotta pack up all these seasonings. I have hundreds and hundreds of seasonings because I used to cater. So I literally have seasonings from all around the world. You say, yeah, I gotta try it. I had Jamaican food though. Yeah, you wanna try authentic African food though. Make sure it's authentic. Who be watching too much Real Housewives of Atlanta? You a lie, baby. I don't even watch that show. I can't tell you nothing that happened on that show. I'm not a reality show queen. You got this one wrong. You got this one all the way wrong. Said I do get together with my colleagues and neighbors since I married and moved to Boston last year. They've been on my neck. Yeah, I love Igusi. Yeah, fufu and Igusi, I like it a lot. What do you call it? The the meat pies, like the hand pies. Like I eat those too. What the hell Portia Williams got to do with me? Telling us that she was an African. The hell, they getting divorced. And I only know that because it's been on YouTube. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. As far as I'm concerned, she was fake married anyway. I'm not off into reality shows like that. Oh, you said let my Niger eat them up, Dominican and Nigerian. Nah, I like to experience other cultures through food. So I'm gonna pull up if the food is good. But I learned how to cook different recipes from all around the world because, like I said, I used to cater. So, to make myself more marketable, I cook some of everything. I said, do you think Cleo's career will take off after this? Um, I don't think it's necessarily going to help her in the long run because a lot of people are not going to want you to be around when they have certain types of moments if they're afraid that you could expose them. But she is supposed to be working with Azalea Banks. Azalea says she wants her to come out and do a show with her. So I will say this: if she piss off Azalea, Lord have mercy. I know how Azalea get. My kind of girl. You said I'm a chef. I cook to the joy of others. I started off with my grandmother in the kitchen. My grandmother, to the day she left here, never, like, we had measuring cups for decorations. Nothing was ever properly measured. It was always eyeballed and it came out right. So that's how I learned. Let's see what y'all saying over here on Station Head. Okay, so I'm caught up with y'all. Okay, so what's up? What's up next, y'all? Anything that I've forgot so far? Cause I don't want to forget any of the tap ins. You said that's like Stunner Girl. Can't nobody trust her, right? And she'll never be back in certain circles because the kind of stuff that she's telling. Says same with us. My parents had 6 girls and 3 boys. Ooh wee. Said it's the best cooking competition. Um, like I come from a family where all the men cook as well. Like my uncles used to have gumbo cook-offs and things like that. So, I'm not accustomed to men that can't cook. Like I grew up with men that could, bake peach cobblers and make biscuits and that type of stuff and still go outside and knock somebody out. So like it's like cooking is like a sport in my family. I told y'all in the last live, you can't cook, you damn near get thrown out the family. You come to a get together, bring ice, paper plates, cups, and liquor if you can't cook. Don't even mess around with doing nothing in the kitchen. You said Trump tap in. Thank you for reminding me, Sam V. Tap in on Trump. What deck am I going to use? Ain't no telling what's going to come out with Agent Orange, but we're going to see. Who don't let my cards catch on fire? What's going to happen with Trump? Show me the energy around Trump. Show me the energy around Trump. Show me the energy around Trump. Okay, so interesting enough, he's gaining strength and he's got multiple options here. You said something with orange in it. I almost dropped my cards. For y'all that don't know, if you have a private reading with me, I always ask for you to let me know what your favorite color is, and I pick a deck in your color because it makes it a lot easier to tap in. So she's just telling me pick a deck with orange in it. Okay, so this is showing me, interesting enough, he's very deep in his feelings, but he's staying quiet. He's keeping his feelings under wraps right now about how he really feels about the tower that's going on here with the American society right now due to this crisis with the San Salvadorian street gangs being brought into America. So he's, for everything he's saying, he's keeping a lot under wraps about how he feels. This is telling me he feels like his hands are tied. And why is he feeling sorry about this? What's going on with feeling binded and tied? Why does he feel stuck or trapped about this situation? We got the wounded warrior here and a secret with the moon. So behind the scenes, y'all, 5 of swords at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of harsh communication. Um, it's going down behind the scenes, believe it or not. San Salvadorian prison gangs came in as well with the Venezuelan, sweetie. They're both here, unfortunately. So he's trying to figure out what he needs to do about this issue with the migrants. You said fifth generation American. Okay. I wish you had been here with us earlier. We had this conversation where I was talking about, the what America calls black and brown. We all need to understand that we're family. We got to come together because this is a trick bag that they got us in. And it's really messed up for the Mexican community because these people that they brought into the country are not even Mexican, but they were going to pass them off as Mexican. So the crime would look like it's on Mexican people. And this has nothing to even do with the Mexican people. And there it is. There's the truth. So he's got some alliances, some very strong alliances. He's thinking about how he's going to come forward and talk about this and address this topic. He's getting some really, really solid collaborations. We need to know more about these collaborations. Who is collaborating with Agent Orange? And they're spending a lot of money. Six of Pentacles. This actually is making them put way more money in his what do you call it? Excuse me, campaign fund. Y'all, you got the Knight of Cups here with the Chariot and the Ace of Wands that's on the table falling under the King of Cups. This feels like there's offers coming in for people to come forward. I'm going to say this allegedly for all YouTube intents and purposes. He may be possibly secretly being contacted by militias to join forces with him and come in and help with this issue. This is going to be a mess. So yeah, he feels like this is really, really sad and regrets that they even took this leap of faith. This is like regret, shame, remorse. So remember when I told y'all earlier there's an overlay for an underplay for why they brought these migrants in? He understands the backstory of what's actually going on here, because you got to think they gave us the energy of bringing the Mexican people in, but these weren't Mexican people that they brought in. A lot of these people that came in, especially with the Venezuelan prison gang, these were prisoners from San Salvador and Venezuela that they brought into the country. The San Salvadorians, a lot of them went to Chicago with the Venezuelan gangs, okay? So he's he's looking at all the money that was given and that was spent to bring these people in. Now, you have, some people that really did come in that were escaping, some really bad situations. But a lot of these people are not a part of that group. They really are a part of a crime syndicate. said that guy that was making the TikTok was Venezuelan. I haven't seen his TikTok, but I will, later on go on TikTok and look some things up. Yeah. He's really disgusted over this choice that was made, but he's sitting back watching to see how this manifests. Ace of Swords. What's the truth behind how he feels about this? Yeah, he felt like they made a very brash decision and they betrayed the American people. This is like the ultimate betrayal. No coming back from this. No way to fix this on the back end. But this is bringing into fruition for him a lot of campaign funding. So the more people are scared and upset about this situation, the more people are donating to his campaign. So that's the energy that I got off of him. You said I watched on Phil Scott's podcast. The TikTok was a headache for me. Okay, so Phil Scott, I'm gonna look that up because I know who he is. That way I don't have to search all the way through TikTok. Funny enough, y'all, if you want to know what's going on, that's where the real information is. It's on TikTok. It's like, it feels like a media brownout. Like they want to keep this quiet and hope it blows over, but it's getting worse and worse by the day. They even tried to clean up the whole Hells Angels going to Aurora thing and saying that they're just going out there for like a bike week or something. Nope. Yeah, you said TikTok is where it's at. That's why they want to close TikTok in America too. It's too much being learned on TikTok. So y'all got something else for me to tap into before I get off of here? I don't think I said hello to you. Hey, Aries 27. Waiting to see if y'all got any more. Oh, you said station head time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here, y'all. We can go on over to station head and have grown folks conversation where we can cut loose and really get off into some things where I can speak uncensored. Because y'all know YouTube puts training wheels on what all of us can say. Does everybody on here have the station head information? If you don't, I will be more than happy to hold my phone up so that you can see where I'm at on station head. Here we go. It's Miss Angel the Oracle. Let's see if y'all can see that. I want to make sure the camera focuses. Um, Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Gigi. So, thank you, Alicia. So everyone, if you can see that down in the chat, that is my station head name. Miss Angel the Oracle is MZ for Miss. Everything else is spelled the way that you learn to spell it in school. The only thing that is, Ebonics is the Miss. MZ, Angel the Oracle. And YouTube, good night. To everybody that's new in the chat, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe and come and hang out with us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to always come here on Wednesdays, tap into what's going on in social media, the media, and what's going on with current and trending topics. Everybody else, hurry up and get over here and station here so we can have some grown folks conversation. YouTube, love y'all. Good night.